Hello everyone. Today I have a quiz on figures of speech. You have to name the figure of speech in the following sentences. We have 4 options. Like the first one is life is a dream. So which option would go A, B or C or D? Let's discuss. I think it should be option A because option B is simile, which is possible if there is a comparison introduced by such words like, as or so. I don't find any such words, so simile is not possible. Option C will not go because personification takes inanimate objects into consideration, but life has life, so option C is not possible. If we move on to option D is euphemism, which means description of a disagreeable thing by an agreeable name. Means if we are to say any disagreeable thing, but we tell it by any agreeable name so that someone doesn't get hurt. But here such is not the case. I don't find any such case in this sentence of euphemism. So option A is the correct answer. Metaphor is the correct answer, which means comparison between two things. But it is not like metaphor is not like simile. Here life is supposed to be a dream. Life is called to be a dream. So metaphor is the answer. Then we have number 2. You are telling me a fairy tale. See, option A is personification, which means talking about any inanimate object, but here we don't see any such instance. Euphemism is a description of a disagreeable thing by an agreeable name. And epigram includes a brief saying like, suppose I give you an example, the child is the father of the man, or art lies in concealing art. This type of sentences has epigram as figure of speech. Then we have option D, hyperbole, which means overstatement. Means saying anything so extra which is not possible. So in this case, option B is the correct answer. Because instead of saying you are telling me a lie, the statement is you are telling me a fairy tale, which means saying a disagreeable thing by an agreeable term. Then we move on to number 3. Man proposes. Man proposes, God disposes. The options are oxymoron, anticlimax, epigram, and antithesis. See, oxymoron means prediction of contradictory qualities of the same thing. But here we are talking about man on the one side and God on the other side. So oxymoron is not possible. It is eliminated. Then we have option B, anticlimax. Anticlimax means a sudden descent from higher to lower of any idea, of any series. Any of such ideas couldn't be seen here. So anticlimax is not possible. Then we have epigram. As I said earlier, it is a brief pointed saying which excites surprise and grabs attention. This sentence although looks like an epigram, but here the excitement is missing. The sentence looks like a contrast of words to secure emphasis. So it is not epigram, it is an antithesis. Option D is the correct answer. Then we have number 4. Many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. This is also an antithesis. Why? Because oxymoron means two contradictory qualities of the same thing. And irony means talking in an opposite way of what is literally meant, and epigram is a saying. So option A is correct. Option A is the correct answer. Then we move on to number 5. She accepted it as the kind cruelty of the surgeon's knife. Kind cruelty of the surgeon's knife means knife is kind as well as cruel at the same time, means two contradictory qualities are seen here of the same object. That means oxymoron could be the correct answer. Let's discuss. Antithesis, epigram and irony. Couldn't be the figure of speech in this sentence. Oxymoron seems to be the correct one. Then we move on to 6th number. He makes no friend who never made a foe. Option C is correct. See, it has antithetical ideas which surprises and arrests attention. So C is the correct answer. Epigram. Epigram is the correct figure of speech in the sentence. He makes no friend who never made a foe. Then we have 7th. 7th number. You must address the chair. That means you must address. We cannot address any chair. We can address to any person who can listen to us. So chair is a representation of any living being. So option A is the correct answer. Apostrophe, because option A is apostrophe means directly talking to any inanimate object, but here you are being talked to you. So option A is stricken off. Assonance means repetition of vowel sound in a sentence. What is the meaning of assonance? Assonance is the repetition of vowel sound in a sentence. It is the repetition of vowel sound in the words, and the words are near to each other. Then we say that it is the assonance. And metonymy seems to be the answer in this case, because metonymy means a change of name of an object by word associated with it. Now chair is the word associated with the chairman. So we can say that metonymy is the correct answer, because personification again is personifying any object, any dead object or any inanimate object. Here we are not talking about any inanimate object. So C is the correct answer. Metonymy. Then we have 8th number. The pen is mightier than the sword. Option B, metonymy, is the correct answer, as it uses instruments pen and sword for strength, because synecdoche means a part of the whole thing or a whole thing for any of its part. Here we are not talking about any of the part or any whole thing, but the representation of strength through the true instruments pen and sword are being shown here. So and euphemism is sort of describing a disagreeable thing by an agreeable name. So correct option goes B, metonymy. Then we have 9th number. The man is no fool. In option A we have an irony, which means saying exactly opposite of what is literally conveyed. So this won't be the answer. Apostrophe is about inanimate object. And option C is interrogation, which means asking any question. Option D is litotes, which is the correct answer, because we can see that an affirmative is conveyed by negative of the opposite. See, no fool. The man is no fool means fool is a negative word, and again it has The sentence has one more negative, no, that means double negative words makes the man positive. So this has the figure of speech. Option number D, litotes, is the correct option. Then we move on to number 10. Simile is the correct figure of speech because it is not oxymoron. It cannot be antithesis. It cannot be irony. So option D is the correct answer. Because the sentence is they speak like saints and act like devils. This word like makes the sentence simile. Because simile is the comparison of an object by using the word like or as or so. So through these like words we can say that it has the figure of speech simile. But simile is missing here, so none of these would be the correct answer. Option D. Then we move on to 11th number. Swiftly flies the feathered death. Death is an inanimate object. It is personified, so option A is correct. Apostrophe is the direct address to any object, and oxymoron is contradictory qualities of the same thing, so option A is correct. Option A. Personification. Then we have 12th. Am I my brother's keeper? A question is being asked. To put it more effectively, so interrogation is the correct answer. Interrogation. Option C. Then 13th, I came, I saw, I conquered. Here an arrangement of a series of ideas in an increasing importance is seen, which is a part of the figure of speech known as climax. So climax could be the answer in number 13, B. Then we have 14th number, you are a pretty fellow. Simile is not possible because simile means an increasing means a series of ideas in an increasing importance. Metaphor could be the answer because you are being compared to a pretty fellow without the use of any word like, as, or so. So metaphor could be the answer. Euphemism and hyperbole are not possible. So B is the correct answer. Last 15th, hasten slowly. We have two words in this sentence, hasten, which means to move fast, and slowly means slowly. So these are the contradictory words used at the same time, which shows the figure of speech oxymoron. Oxymoron is the correct answer. Option D. So here we complete the quiz. I hope you liked it, and if yes, please press the like button and please do subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching. Thank you.